Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Unfortunately, I am still sick, and I actually feel worse than I did a couple days ago. So, unfortunately, I am going to do another tier list because I don't want to leave things inactive for too long. Um, I just, I don't know what's going on with me. My stomach is just all over the place. It's like, how do I say this without being gross? My toilet looked like this morning, it looked like somebody had flipped over a chocolate cake and dropped it top first into the toilet. Actually, no, that still sounds fucking gross. Never mind, ignore that. So I got my Gatorade here to refill my electrolytes, and I'm going to rank the tattoos in Yakuza. I saw another content creator doing this called Develian, and it kind of made me realize that I think the tattoos is the only thing in the series I haven't ranked, because I did the boss fights, the characters, and the games last time. So, first of all, we're going to start from the bottom, actually, just to be more interesting. The first one is Watase's. That's an A tier. Super fucking awesome looking. Shibusawa's Green Dragon is okay. Kiryu's dragon is iconic, so obviously it's going to go at the top. Ryuji's is also iconic. Blue Dragon, I don't recognize this one. I think it's from Like a Dragon, one of the Omi guys, I believe. But I don't actually know. So I'm just going to put him in C for now. This is Lee's. I'm going to put it in B. It would be higher if we actually ever got to see it in game, but it's actually covered for most of the time. Kuze's is S tier. Aizawa's is lame. It's basically just Nishiki's, but worse because it's black instead of red. I like the look of the red one better. Also, Aizawa's a lame character, so who cares? Iwano's is actually surprisingly good. I like that one. I can't even tell what this one is. I can't even see that. Minami's is interesting. Mine's is fucking awesome. Sajima's, yep. Katsuya. Katsuya's a cool character, but I'd put him in his tattoo in B. Nakahara's, Rikia's is an A. Daigo's is an S. Kanda, nope. Is that Shimano? Is just essentially Saijima's, but worse. I like Saijima's more. I'm glad they reused the tiger for Saijima. Nishiki's is S. Majima's is S. And then Ichiban's, put it in A. So at the bottom we have whoever the fuck this is. Then we have Kanda, Aizawa, and whoever that is. Then Shimano, Nakahara, Katsuya, Minami, Lee, Shibusawa, Ichiban, Rikia, Mine, Awano, Watase, and then at the top we've got Majima, Nishiki, Daigo, Saijima, Kuze, Ryuji, and Kiryu. So, since I am now out of Yakuza content to rank, what I'm going to do now is actually check my Twitch stream and make sure it's working, because I haven't checked it yet. So now what we're going to do is we are going to rank PS2 games, because I know that a lot of you are fans of the PS2 era, as am I. The PS2 was my first gaming system ever. So I wanted to rank the PS2 games. I'm going to be skipping a lot of the ones I didn't play, so let's get to it. Kingdom Hearts 1, top tier. Haven't played Max Payne, haven't played Guitar Hero. Ratchet and Clank is God tier. That's the second one. Going Commando is the second one of the original trilogy, right? I can't remember. Okami is God tier. One of my favorite games ever. Haven't played Metal Gear. Haven't played Katamari. Never played any of the Call of Duties. Up Your Arsenal, that's the third one. Incredible. Size Matters is mid. Deadlocked is actually not that bad. Secret Agent Clank, however, is not good. Haven't played Beautiful Joe. Haven't played Destroy All Humans. Psychonauts 1 is the GOAT. Don't even get it twisted. That game is incredible. The controls are kind of janky and the last level sucks, but the rest of the game is so solid. Sly 1 is God tier. Haven't played any of the PS2 Spider-Mans. Didn't play any of the Naruto games. Sly 2 is God tier. One of my all-time favorite games. Top 5. Dragon Ball, didn't play them. Sly 3 is... it's probably my least favorite out of the 3. I think I like 2, 1, then 3 in terms of descending order. Let's see. Dragon Ball, nope. Bleach, didn't play it. Now this one I did play. One Piece Grand Battle. That one's actually pretty good. It's one of the few fighting games I've actually played. Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. I'm trying to... It's kind of mid. I have a lot of nostalgia tied up with Ty, but I don't really... It's not actually that good. I've never played 2 or 3, so I have no attachment to those two. Jak and Daxter, however, yep, right there at the top of the GOAT tier. You guys already know I love Jak and Daxter. It's my favorite game of all time. One of my favorites. I played it for my 1-year anniversary because it was the first game I've ever played. I realized that a lot of nostalgia is tied up in that because it was the origin of my love of gaming, but I can just honestly go back and play Jak and Daxter whenever and it's like, it feels so just wonderful to play it again, you know? Let's see. I didn't actually play any of the PS2 Grand Theft Auto games. Didn't play any of the Sonic games. I have played Shadow of the Colossus, but I played the PS4 remaster of Shadow of the Colossus. Well, no, actually, wait. No, I did play the PS2 version of Shadow of the Colossus. I played it when they ported it over to PS3. And that game was really good. I wouldn't put it in God tier. It's top tier, but it's not up here for me, personally. Jak 2 is okay. It's not as good as the first one, in my opinion. I get what they were going for, but I personally prefer the vibe that the first Jak game had over the darker tone that 2 and 3 did. I did not play any of the Spyro games. However, I have been playing the Reignited trilogy. So, I feel like I could rank these, but at the same time, the remaster is so different that I don't know if I can really compare them. I haven't played Ico. I've heard it's good, but I think I'm going to have to skip the Spyro games. Oh, no, wait. I just remembered. These are the different Spyros. These are the later ones. The Reignited trilogy is a remaster of the PS1 Spyros. So I can't rank these after all. Devil May Cry... Is that the first one? I do like the first Devil May Cry. It's not the best one for me. Devil May Cry 2 is shit, however. That is by far the worst game in the series. Let's see. Devil May Cry 3 is clearly God tier. Yep. Crash. Didn't play Crash. Jak 3 is... Yeah, it's in God tier. It's pretty good. Not as good as these 4 in my opinion, but it's about the same level as Jak 2 for me personally. Final Fantasy, no. Jak X. I hate racing games, so that's a biased one, but it's my list. Battle for Bikini Bottom. Yep. I was so happy when the rehydrated version came out. So yeah, Battle for Bikini Bottom. The SpongeBob SquarePants movie game is actually, shockingly enough, a lot better than I thought it was going to be. When that game first came out, I actually played it more than I thought I would. So I would put that in top tier. The Lost Legacy. Okay, maybe I was a little bit too hard on Jack X. I'd put it in low tier because this one, The Lost Legacy, that's actually shit tier. That game was so fucking lame. God of War 1 is really good. Top tier. God of War 2, I know I saw it. Yep, God of War 2 was even better. Put it, is it God tier or is it GOAT? I'd actually put God of War in God tier. And I'm going to put Jak 3 down here. I did like God of War 2 and 3, but I actually prefer the newer God of War games. I understand the appeal of the older games. I just prefer the newer ones. But I think all the mainline God of War games are solid for completely different reasons. What was this? Shinobi. Persona 4 is clearly a GOAT. And so is Persona 3. Yep, right there. Oh, no, wait. This isn't Kingdom Hearts 1, is it? This is Chain of Memories. Because Kingdom Hearts 1 is right there. Look, don't get me wrong. The story of Chain of Memories is solid. I love the story of Chain of Memories. But the gameplay is so fucking lame. I hate the card system so much. I don't understand why they couldn't just use the same gameplay that they used in 1. I just don't get it. And I know a lot of people will say, well, it was a Game Boy Advance game. Yes, it was when it first came out, but then they remastered the game for PS3 and 4. So why not just change the gameplay? Since literally nobody liked the card system. Unless like the creators liked the card system, but I feel like it's one of those things where like the creator of Danganronpa, his favorite character is Hifumi, and he's entitled to his opinion, even though his opinion is wrong, because Hifumi fucking sucks, and he's one of the worst characters in Danganronpa. But hey, Kodaka, he's the creator. He can choose whatever character he likes the most in his own time. So, whatever. KH1. Wait, is that Chain of Memories? I thought, because I think... No, that's Chain of Memories. What is this, then? What is that? Is that supposed to be... What game is that? Hold on. Is that supposed to be coded? Kingdom Hearts... Coded? Is that what it is? No, it's not coded. Is it recoded? Recoded wasn't on the PS2, was it? No, what fucking game is that? Oh, wait, it's KH1 Final Mix. Oh, okay. KH1 Final Mix is actually really good, so I'll put it back up in top tier. And then the original KH1... the original KH1 is really good. Not as good as Final Mix, in my opinion. That's actually non-eligible because KH1 and 2 Final Mix didn't come out until the PS3 era. They weren't available in America during the PS2 era. I know this because I was such a huge fanboy for Kingdom Hearts when I was a kid that I sent an impassioned letter to Square Enix through their website asking them to port Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 Final Mix to America because I wanted to play the game so bad. Uh, and when I found out they were porting it, it's just, mm. Yeah, KH1 Final Mix is, I mean, it's basically just KH1 but better, you know. Um, Kingdom Hearts 2 is better. In my opinion, KH2 is the peak of the series. I think it's the best game in the series. I know a lot of people disagree with me on that. Chain of Memories is all right. Again, like I said earlier, its story is solid, but the gameplay sucks ass. 2 is still the best in the series, in my opinion. I've played all the mainline ones. Birth by Sleep, 1, Chain of Memories, 2, DDD. I've watched the cutscenes for days. I've watched the cutscenes for Coded. I've played 3. I've played Remind. I'm not a huge fan of 3. There are moments in that game that I very much enjoy, and I actually think the Remind DLC is the best part of Kingdom Hearts 3, in my opinion. But that's mostly just because of all the fan service. You know, even though I'm upset with how KH3 turned out, I'm not immune to fan service. So, you know. Let's see. The first Ratchet and Clank is all right. It's not as good as the second and third ones, in my opinion. Let's see. What else? Beyond Good and Evil, haven't played it. Fatal Frame, nope, haven't played it. Killer 7. I don't care what anybody says. Killer 7 is a fucking masterpiece. It is so goddamn weird, but it is such a unique and fun game. If anybody told me that I was going to enjoy a game where you have to go through a game on rails and switch between third person and first person, and then switch on the ability to shoot at the actual enemies because they're invisible and solve puzzles, I would have told them that me liking that kind of game would be insane. But here we are. Killer 7 is incredible, and I love it, and it's one of my favorite games. I know that's weird to say, but it's the truth. I love that game. Haven't played it. No. I like Inuyasha, the series, but I haven't actually played the Inuyasha game. Nope, haven't played any of these. Another Inuyasha game, wow. Okay, now we're getting to some more games I've played. So Manhunt 2 is terrible. Manhunt 1, however, is incredible. Manhunt 1 is one of the most atmospheric, terrifying games I've ever played in my life. And the thing that really enhances it for me is the fact that in that game, you are essentially the monster. Like in some horror games, you have a something else hunting you. In Manhunt, you are the one hunting other people. And I know the game is super violent, but I love it. I really do. And Manhunt 2 completely abandoned the central core theme of the game, which was actually a criticism of super violent, content. Because the original Manhunt was meant to be like commentary on what it's supposed to be, like commentary on. Well, I guess it's kind of hard for me to describe, but there's a video on YouTube that delves into the themes of Manhunt. Hold on. I found it a couple of Manhunt years ago. There we go. This one. A bizarre, disturbing masterpiece by Neon Nova. This was a retrospective that he did on Manhunt, and it perfectly summarizes everything I loved about the first game and also points out the flaws that the second game had. So, yeah, I love the first Manhunt. The controls are kind of janky and outdated, but, I think that's it. I can't see any other games that I've actually played. So yeah, there's my tier list for all the PS2 games that I have played that were on this list. Um, so yeah, next up we have DreamWorks movies. So let's see. Flushed Away is a B. That's all right. I was trying to think of stuff to rank because I'd run out of stuff in Yakuza to rank. So, um, Megamind is S. Shrek 4 is actually better than I thought it was. I remember liking the movie a lot less when I first watched it, but I ended up watching it again recently and liking it a lot more than I remembered. Kung Fu Panda 1 is A. Madagascar 2 is C. Turbo is shit. Trolls is shit. B-Movie is shit. Monsters vs. Aliens is shit. I know there's a bunch of memes about B-Movie, and I get it. Memes are powerful, but that doesn't make the movie itself any better. Kung Fu Panda 2 is an S tier, better than the first one. Puss in Boots 1 is kind of lame. Madagascar 3 is, it's about the same as the second. Rise of the Guardians is A tier. That movie deserved a sequel. But it's probably never going to get one because it bombed at the box office. Croods 1 is lame. Mr. Peabody and Sherman's better than I thought it was. Okay, Kung Fu Panda 3 is the weakest out of the three in my opinion, but it's still pretty good. It's better than these movies. Over the Hedge is surprisingly really funny. Boss Baby is shit. Wallace and Gromit is pretty good. I have an affinity for stop motion, so I feel like I'd automatically love anything that Aardman made. The Penguins movie is shockingly good, like better than all three Madagascar movies. Ants is lame. I get what they were going for, but this movie is essentially just the creators of DreamWorks trying to piss off Disney because the founder of DreamWorks was a disgruntled Disney employee. So he just made Ants and had it come out first so that he could piss off Disney and like insult Bug's Life. So it's so funny to me that this whole studio was created out of one guy being petty towards Disney. Which honestly I kind of get. Chicken Run is really great. How to Train Your Dragon 1 is great. How to Train Your Dragon 2 is even better. Madagascar 1 is alright. I'd say it's the strongest out of the three. Prince of Egypt is incredible. Road to El Dorado is incredible. Shark Tale is shit. Shrek 2 is the best sequel ever made. Shrek 1 is pretty good, but Shrek 2 is better. Sinbad is okay. The animation's very impressive, but the story and characters are kind of eh. Spirit's alright. Home is whatever. And Shrek the Third is shit. So yeah, there you go. There's my tier list for DreamWorks movies. Next up is Pixar movies. So for Pixar movies, we have Up is a B tier. I know a lot of people might get upset at me, but I don't really like the middle portion of Up. I feel like it expends all of its energy in the opening, and the opening is incredible. Like the first 10 minutes of Up, where it does the story of Ellie and Carl and their life together, that whole sequence is incredible. But the middle portion where they're venturing on the island and they have the stupid bird that smacks him on the head and the freaking annoying kid and whatever. Yeah. No, thank you. But the ending, the emotional core of the movie with Carl and Ellie's relationship is strong enough that it keeps it from being down here. Toy Story 1 is great. Monsters University is whatever. Finding Dory is whatever. Finding Nemo. Is Finding Nemo S or A? It's S. Yeah, it's S. It's really good. Cars 2, shit. Incredibles, S. Ratatouille, S. Good Dinosaur, shit. Cars 1 is okay. It's the best of the three, but it's still going in C tier. Cars 3 is whatever. Bug's Life is alright. Incredibles 2 is better than I thought it was going to be. It's not as good as the first one, but it's not terrible. WALL-E is fine. Monsters Inc. is good. Inside Out is incredible. Coco is really good. Toy Story 2 is really good. Toy Story 3 is less good. Not as good. Brave is I don't hate it, but I don't love it. Onward is Toy Story 4, probably the weakest of the four, but it's still solid. Soul is great. Luca, I actually haven't seen it, so I can't really rank it. I've heard it's good, so I'll put it in B. Turning Red is alright, and Lightyear is shit. So, yeah. There you go. Also, I realized just now there were a couple movies missing off the DreamWorks tier list. Croods 2 would be a little bit higher than Croods 1, so I put Croods 1 in C. I'd put Croods 2 in B. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish wasn't on there. That would obviously be an S tier. And Boss Baby 2 wasn't on there, and that movie also sucked just as much as the first one, so it would also be in D tier. And Trolls World Tour is also whatever, so it would be next to the first one. Did I put the first one in D? Oh, I did. So I put the second movie in C because it was slightly better, in my opinion, but still not great. Also, Encanto is not on this list. Encanto would be an S. I think it's the best Pixar movie that we've gotten in a long time. And next up, we have a collection of animated Disney movies. So Mulan is S. Aladdin is S. Toy Story is not a Disney movie. It is a Pixar movie. But I guess, yeah, Toy Story 1 is an A. Chicken Little is a D. That movie sucks. Meet the Robinsons is whatever. Emperor's New Groove is good. Little Mermaid is good. Hercules is good. Hunchback is incredible. Tarzan's alright. Frozen is just okay. I don't understand why it's so popular. I don't get it. Atlantis is really good. Treasure Planet's really good. Brother Bear, B for Bear. Beauty and the Beast is S. Yep. Pocahontas is a D. Colors of the Wind is the only good part of that movie. The frickin' subtext in that movie where they try and be like, oh, it was both sides' fault that English settlers destroyed the lives of the natives. Like, what the fuck were you on when you made that movie, guys? Seriously? Home on the Range is shit. Oliver and Company is whatever. Put it in C. Fantasia 2000's okay. Black Cauldron sucks. Fox and the Hound's alright. Zootopia's okay. A. Aristocrats is alright. Yeah, Rescuers Down Under's a C. Grey Mouse Detective's a B. Sleeping Beauty's a B. Robin Hood is an A. Jungle Book's an A. The original Rescuers is better than the second one. Sword in the Stone's alright. Snow White is an A. 101, B. Wreck-It Ralph, Wreck-It Ralph's an A. Winnie the Pooh's a B. Lady and the Tramp is a B. Cinderella's a C. Pinocchio's a C. Bambi's a C. Peter Pan is an A. Dumbo is a B. Alice is a C. It's whatever. Fantasia is a C. Ichabod and Mr. Toad is a D. Big Hero 6 is a B. I don't know that one. Tangled's actually really good. Princess and the Frog's an A. Lion King is an S. Bolt is kind of mid. Lilo and Stitch is pretty damn good. Is it A or is it B? I put it in B. And then Moana is an A. So yeah, there you go. That's my Disney tier list right there. Let's see here. How long have we been going? Only 30 minutes. Wow, that went by faster than I thought it would. Oh, God. All right. Oh, here. There we go. Guilty Gear. I'm a huge fan of Guilty Gear. I play it a lot in my spare time. Guilty Gear tier list. All right. So we've got most of the cast of Strive here, which is the game that actually, well, no, I got into the series when Xrd Revelator 2 was on PS4, and I fell in love with the game because of Ramlethal and Milia for obvious reasons. And where is he? Is he on here? I can't remember if he's in this game or not. So I'm ranking these not on how they play, but actually on how they how much I like them as characters. So Soul is alright. Kai is okay. May is up here. Axel's cool. Chip is whatever. Potemkin's fine. Again, not based on gameplay, based on character and how much I like them and their personality and personal stories. Faust is great. Millie is great. Zato is down here. Ramlethal, yep. Leo is whatever. Nagoriyuki is okay. Giovanna is up here. Angie, Ino. I don't understand why everybody likes her so much. She is such a annoying pain in the ass. Gold Lewis is fine. He's pretty good. Good new character. Jacko's great. Happy Chaos. I don't like him. Baiken is okay. Testament is incredible. Love them. The other new characters are not on here, however. So, Bridget would be in this tier with May, Giovanna, and Jacko. And then Sin would be in this tier, the third one down. And then, is that everybody? I think. Oh, thank God. I tipped over my Gatorade, but I had finished all of it. If I had still had stuff in it, I would have spilled Gatorade directly onto my keyboard. Thank God my throat is so dry. Jesus. Let's do a games tier list. So the original Guilty Gear, X, Rev 2, Accent Core. These are all the different versions of Accent Core. This one. These are all fine. They're basically just different variations of what would eventually be. Are they? Hold on. Yeah. Revelator's up here. Sign is right here. Strive would be up here. Xrd Revelator 2, Accent Core plus R, and then Strive are my three favorite games in the series. What else? Oh, Street Fighter. Let's do a Street Fighter characters tier list. Street Fighter characters tier list. There we go. All right, so let's do... I have not actually played every Street Fighter game. I have played Street Fighter Alpha. Which ones have I played? I've played Ultra Street Fighter 4. I've played Ultimate Street Fighter 5, the Champion Edition. Sorry. I have played Third Strike, I believe. Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. And I've played Alpha 2. I have not played the first game. I've not played the second game. I've just played Alpha 2, Third Strike 4 and 5. But let's do Street Fighter 5. So again, I'm not basing this off of playability. I'm basing this off of how much I like their characters and their personality. Abigail, yeah, just kind of abrasive and unlikable. Akuma, Alex, Balrog, Birdie, Blanca, Cammy, Chun-Li, Cody, Dan, Dalsim, E Honda, Ed, Falk, Fang, Gil, G, Guile, Ibuki, Juri, Kage, Karen, Ken, Colleen, Laura, Lucia, Bison, Manat, Charlie, Nikali, Poison, Armika, Rashid, Ryu, Sagat, Sakura, Seth, Urian, Vega, Zangief, Zeku, Rose, Akira, Oro, Luke. There you go. And again, this is not based off gameplay. This is based off of whether or not I like their characters. So all of these characters up here are the characters that I actually like, their personalities and their backstories and all that. And it's just in descending order from who I like the most to who I like the least. So let's do Third Strike. Oh, wait, all Street Fighter characters? Are you sure this is everybody? It looks like everybody. Yeah, considering how many characters return in later games, I think this is everybody. There's a couple characters I might not know on here, though. Considering that I haven't played... Well... Yeah. So let's do Guile, Chun-Li, Zangief, Dalsim, Balrog, Vega, M. Bison, T-Hawk, Fei Long, DJ, Ryu, Cammy, Akuma, Evil Ryu. I don't know who that is. It looks like Ken if he was dark skin, because he has the same red thing that Ken wears, but I don't know who that's supposed to be. Charlie, Ken, Gen, Birdie. Who is this? Oh wait, this is what's his name? Eagle, I think. Whatever. Adon, Sagat, E Honda, Blanca. Who's this? Is it Guy? That's not Guy. Is it? I already ranked Fei Long, so that's... Yeah, I think that's Guy, so yeah. Sodom, Rose, Dan, Sakura, Rolento, Armika, Karen. I think those are more of the... What's their names? The things, the killer bees, clones, whatever, that Bison used. Yeah, you know. They're whatever. Cody, don't know who that is. Alex, Dudley, my man. Yun and Yang, yeah. Ibuki, Oro, Necro, Elena, Sean, Hugo, Urian, 12, Q, Remy, Makoto, Sea Viper, Abel, Seth, Goken, Rufus, Hakan, El Fuerte, Jury, DeCapri, Poison, it's Evil Akuma. What was his name? Oni? B. Laura, put her in A. Nikali, Rashid, Fang, yep, Kareen, Ed, Falk, Abigail, Manat, Zeku, G, Evil Ryu. Yeah, there you go. Yep. That's better. All right, so I think that's going to be all for today. I am soaked with sweat, and I think I need to take some more medicine and get some sleep. So thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate you for doing so. If you're watching on Twitch, please be sure to follow. It's twitch.tv/GTHalstead. If you're watching on YouTube, please be sure to subscribe. It's youtube.com/chairboytv. As always, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate you for doing so. I love you. I miss you already, and hopefully I'll see you again very soon. See ya.